Hey guys, what it do? It's your boy Supreme Uchiha the God. Merry Christmas. I'm dropping on Christmas. That's how dedicated I am. I am back. I am back on a blast. I'm so tired because I worked all week. I worked yesterday or Christmas Eve. I was working at my job, like the salary job. Crazy. But make sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment, especially for Christmas, baby. And it helps the algorithm out, and it gives me the the boost to keep uploading at this rate. You know what I'm saying? And we might increase the rate depending on how you interact. You know what I'm saying? The higher the interactions, the more videos you're gonna get on your head tops every single day. So right now I want to talk about Lookism 428. I was disappointed. I'm just gonna come out and say it. That's the first thing off the bat. I was disappointed. Not surprised, just disappointed. And I was disappointed because I needed to see those guys throw hands, bro. We 400 chapters in, but I needed to see, at least a little bit, of display of power, at least a little bit of wah, wah, bah, bah, at least a little bit, bro. I ain't asking for a lot, just a little bit. I ain't asking for a lot, just a little bit. I ain't asking for too much, just a little bit. Like, come on, yo, how you not give me more sauce than that? How y'all not give me more sauce than that, bro? That's annoying me personally. You know what I'm saying? Gun gets a phone call immediately at the beginning of the chapter. Immediately at the beginning of the chapter, boop boop boop, and it's Crystal, and she like, I'm gonna just let you know. By the way, that the plan is off. Like you don't need to do all that no more. And my boy Gun is like, huh? Oh, what you mean I don't need to do all that? What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? What you talking about? What you mean I don't need to do all that? Oh, it's like, did Manager Troy not tell you? It's like, what you mean? He told me to come out here and take this kid, bro. That's what he told me to do. He told me pull up there and take that goddamn kid. And then Chris was like, well, he said he was trying to reach you to tell you he's changing his shit, but you wasn't picking up. So why you pick up the Crystal but not Chairman Troy? What's going on? The Gun and Crystal have a, you know what I'm saying? I know Crystal likes chubby Daniel, so like, what's going on? Does Gun like Crystal, bro? What's going on? What's going on? That's interesting though. It's interesting. I'm just, you know what I'm saying, just paying attention to the narrative that was implied and showcased a long time ago. I missed that part as well, to be honest. We've been going on too much fights. We need to cool down for a second. Like, I need to know how some of these girls are doing. Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? We can't be forgetting on female characters like this, man. Come on now. But listen. So he gets the call and Chris is like, yeah, change your plan, bro. Change your plan. We not doing the same thing, bro. We're not doing the same thing. And then obviously then Gun is like, but I don't make no sense. Like, well, I mean, I guess. And Gun was ready, bro. Gun was ready to fight GD, bro. Or James Lee. You know what I'm saying? He was ready. He was ready for war, bro. He was standing there like, I'm about to fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go in. I'm about to enjoy myself. And boom, just like that, it just got taken out, bro. It just got, and that disappointed me because we needed that swap of hands. We needed to see a little bit of taste, a little bit of flavor. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of panache, bro. You know what I'm saying? And even Gunn is like, but this is like a great chance to take down workers. And Mr. Choi has been wanting to take them down. And then he looks at, it had to be something to do with James Lee, because he looks at what's his name, Eugene, because remember that Eugene had, is his name Eugene? Am I tripping, bro? Is my brain working, bro? Because I'm getting confused with Eugene in Weak Hero, because I just read Weak Hero as well, and there's a guy called Eugene there as well. So I was like, Eugene, am I tripping? I'm thinking, but Eugene looks at his clock and it hits 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. probably 6 a.m. And remember, he made a deal with the guards like a few chapters ago, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Sort us out, da 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 da. We'll have the street cleaned up by this time. You guys pull up and you guys take all the credit. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, most of the gangs are beat up. Jake is beat up, and big deal and all that. And obviously James Lee showing up and beating up a few folks and just doing his thing or whatever. He made it like that, that they had just enough time. Because Eugene was gonna give up because they didn't have enough time. But obviously when James Lee came to the fray, everybody stopped, looked at him, paid attention to him. Because Gunn right there was going to yank him and it was game over. But Eugene survived because of James Lee. And then James Lee does some, those usual dumb ass anime manga stipulations that strong people do for no goddamn reason, except because they strong. They just do it so that plot can continue and shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And then he just goes, "Oh yeah, look, I know I just did this, right? But I'm a superstar. Like I'm like the biggest star here. Like I can't be fighting out in public like this. And there's way too many people that could see and witnesses and shit. Because remember, he was fighting with like a helmet for the most part in the other few chapters, apart from when he fought the Aslan guy. And that's the only time that like he took it off because they know each other anyway. But he was fighting with a helmet for the most part. So here, everybody could see him, right? So he's like, I'm not about to fight a whole gang of mob and fight gun and all of that shit in front of the public eye because that's gonna fuck up my image. But these kids though, but these kids can get these heads. But these kids gonna get smacked over. I was like, wait, what? I don't want to cause a bloodbath, but these kids though, they can get it. And so he decided to give Big Deal and Bro Knuckles a chance. And he laid it upon Daniel, Vasco, and Zach. And like, y'all gotta hit me. One significant hit. Or an effective hit. So I'm gonna call that significant hit. So it's not just landing a hit or graze or kick. Excuse me. It's about landing something that's effective. So a significant hit is what I would say. And they have to do it before they all fall. And can't fight anymore. So obviously they putting in work. Like Daniel kicks immediately, like no hesitation, and James Lee's like, man, this is too easy for me, bro. His hands are in his pocket, and he's flipping and switching and turning, switching position, and got it like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. And he going crazy, he whooping ass. And then obviously we got Zach. He's gonna be the defensive guy, which is interesting because he's a boxer. He's not supposed to be one to get hit. He's supposed to be really good at evasion, but for some reason his fighting style changed narratively to that he's the blocker. He's the guy that takes the most punishment now. And so the kid comes in and Zach is like, I got this. And for some reason, because the author he has goggles and braids for one frame. And then James Lee is surprised by his strength. Like he's like, what is with this kid, bro? And then Vasco does some weird ass like knee flex. I'm not gonna lie, this was one of the most horrible panels I've ever seen in any manga or webtoon in my life. I don't even want to put the picture, but if you read the goddamn webtoon, you know what I mean. Like Vasco like stretches his leg back and he holds his leg with his forearm, and then he does like a sweep kick, and it looks horrendous. The actual kick doesn't look too terrible, but just that motion was so bad. But anyway, and the three of them are fighting in tandem, and they're trying to catch James Lee mid-air, all of that. But that boy's reaction and inhuman speeds and ability, he's just beating the crap out of all of them. You know what I'm saying? And Zach, again, goes through the pain arc of going like, oh my God, I keep getting beat up and da-da-da-da-da. But it's like, it doesn't matter if there's a mountain in front of me. I'm a changed person. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep going. And he smiles at the fact that he's getting hit. And he still throws a punch. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm fighting somebody who's invincible, but he doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? And then James Lee's like, yo, if you want to catch up to your master, you got to control your breathing a little more. You know what I'm saying? And he, then he's just getting smacked up. You know what I'm saying? He's just getting absolutely annihilated by James Lee. And then obviously Vasco pulls up with his forbidden techniques and kicks and da-da-da-da-da. He's trying to hit the intestine. And then James is like, bro, that's not how you do it. This is how you do it. Boom. And then, James Lee just whack-a-moles him too. Smashes him to the floor. But it doesn't look like, it doesn't look like they passed out. Like, it does, but it doesn't. I feel like, then Daniel obviously pulls up and he comes through with the kicks. pop, 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 and even he admits that he's too strong. And then Gun actually warns GD. He's like, listen, bro, listen. It's not that he's that strong necessarily. It's that because we have to remember that Daniel been weak and bullied for so long that like he's learned stuff that I think Vasco and Daniel and Zach don't. And I include Vasco because Vasco became strong after a short period, because once he got bullied to a point, he decided nobody gonna bully my friends. And he also doesn't have that Zenkai boost here because nobody's getting bullied. Excuse me. You have to understand that Vasco gets a Zenkai boost, especially if Jace is getting bullied. Like, he loves his Jace. You know what I'm saying? He went and got strong so that him and Jace never have to get bullied or stop being friends, etc., etc. And Jace was the one that betrayed him, you know? But Vasco took it because he loved Jace so much. You know what I'm saying? And he was the hero, man. That was... I still think about crying when I think of Vasco's story, bro. That shit was so beautiful. Like, that shit was so poetic. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, that shit was hit me in the emotional feels. But Fat Daniel kept getting bullied. You know what I'm saying? He didn't grow past that shit. Second is everywhere he was getting bullied. Even when he had a beautiful body, his other bodies were getting bullied. So he went through so much of it. You know what I'm saying? And he could fight these motherfuckers, but the problem was he had too much goddamn weight on him. And because he had too much weight on him, he couldn't move fast enough to do the things that needed to be done in order to actually counterattack these dudes. And so, boom, that's what we got here. So he's become a little bit more unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? As a result of that, he doesn't do what, you know, the IQ move is. He does what you think what the IQ move is, but he uses that as a disguise to do some other shit. Like what he does to GD here when he stomps on his foot, you know? And he's like, James is like, man, this shit too predictable, bro. Like, this shit is nothing. But Gon tells GD, like, yo, bro, listen to me. Watch out, bro. And he's, you know what I'm saying, going with the cigarette. Watch out, bro. You know what I'm saying? He got me with that shit too, my boy. You know what I'm saying? But be careful. I'm like, bro, how you still get hit with this shit when Gon is telling you, like, yo, bro, you know what I'm saying? Hey, keep an eye out, bro. You know what I'm saying? You might get hit, bro. You know what I'm saying? He got me with that shit. And that's me. I'm a god. You know what I'm saying? So if I get hit, you gonna get hit. So obviously this tells us that they are at the same type of level, Gun and James Lee, because they both got hit by the same shit. Now, if James Lee had dodged this shit, then we'd be like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, da. But the fact that, oh my God, why are you yelling all the time? The fact that James Lee still got hit despite a warning, because Gun didn't got no warning. You know what I'm saying? He just saw it happen and he got hit. But the difference is James Lee got told. But obviously James Lee thinking, man, what you talking about? I was going to fight your ass anyway, like type shit. Actually, even though James Lee knew damn well he wasn't going to fight. But, boom, stomped on his foot. And James he's in utter shock. He's like, what? And then he loaded up the hammy. You know what I'm saying? And boom, smacked him square in the jaw. Boom. And that was you know what I'm saying? He got the significant hit. He got the significant hit, bro. So, you know, shout out to Daniel for the progression. Shout out to Daniel for the determination, because he was thinking back like, yo, wait a minute, bro. I've always been relying on my other body. I've always been relying on other people. I've always been relying on other shit, bro. It's time for me to rely on me. You know what I'm saying? If I keep relying on everybody else and other things, nothing's ever gonna be done. So I'm gonna rely on my goddamn self, and that's what we got, man. And that's what we got. And that was the chapter. It was still a really good chapter. I was just highly disappointed by that one thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was highly disappointed by the fact that Gun and James Lee didn't swap hands, not even once. That shit annoyed me to no end. I'm not gonna lie to you. But outside of that, man, it was a really good chapter. I still enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to what happens next. I'm gonna do another prediction video. But I think overall my other predictions was probably right. I'm just surprised that they didn't fight at all. I really thought, because we're heading towards the end game of the series, I really thought we're gonna start seeing these high tier battles. But I guess not. I guess not, bro. But I did say Gun is an end game type villain, and he's been out here for way too long to kind of, you know, go out right now. And I guess you know, I guess that's what happened. I'm gonna do another prediction video maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. I don't know. Depends on how y'all react to this. I gotta see these like numbers go crazy. You know what I'm saying? I gotta see these like numbers go crazy. If these like numbers ain't crazy, this comment section ain't crazy, I might give you like another week. You know what I'm saying? Before I do some type of shit. But anyway, leave a comment, like, subscribe, and all of that. It's been your boy Supreme Uchiha the God. Merry Christmas.